Like EA Sports, boy. We in the game.
Who would ever thought?
We in the game. Who'd have ever thought it, for real? A little sun on the face. You ready?
What's up? Let's make it happen.
Yard open. Once again, here we go with my boy Corey, 6'7", on the scene in Boston for Game 7 tonight. That's what I be trying to say, man. When I say yard open, I'm talking about the yard is open.
Ain't even a gate on the hinge, bitch. It's all the way open.
All the way open. So matter of fact, we'll let's go to this first, because this just happened the other night, right? So we're out in Tampa, and you know, the Celtics are playing. It's Game 6, crunch time. So no IG Benny. Benny is like, look, if the Celtics win this game, like, are you willing? You want to go to Boston for the game? So of course I'm like, yeah, you know. So anyway, fast forward, Celtics win the game. He's like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a few extra tickets, right? So we talked to my boy 6'7" right here. So today is his birthday, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm like, man, what's up, man? You want to go? Boston, Game 7, big time. You know, the first time ever, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Make history. A team coming back from down 0-3 to win 4 straight. And what do you say? When I asked you that, what did you initially say?
No, I got to check.
You don't remember?
What did I say?
You were like, well, it's my birthday. You know, they got something planned for me.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, bro, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's your birthday.
It is.
You know, whatever plans they have for Monday, if they ain't do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe they could do it Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, see, we had it planned out for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So, you know, me, I'm the type of person, if somebody tells me, or if I tell them, you know, I'm going to do something, I kind of stick by that. So I stick by my word, and I hold people accountable to their words. So if they tell me they want me somewhere, and I say, yeah, I'm down for that, I try to stick by that. And if I can flex it, right?
Your word is your bond.
Because, like, if you invite me to something, and then Benny invites me to something, right? But I've already been invited by you, and I've already said to you, I want to do what you want to do first.
Yes.
I'm going to come to you if there's something better, and then maybe we can both get involved. But I'm like, hey, look, I know I said this to you first. I know I committed to you first.
Corey. However,
However,
this is potentially a once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. Well, see, you had to present it to me like that now.
I know, but
hold on, first.
Do I have to present it to you like that? I mean, it's pretty obvious. So we're in a club.
No, hold on, let's run it back.
We're in a club.
You say, are you going?
There's no TVs in here whatsoever. So I'm watching, because Celtics out, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Celtics fan. So I got the game on the phone. We're watching it. I got about 5, 6 people. We're all sitting here watching the game, you know. So you know, I don't have to present that. I don't have to remind you that the next game was Game 7. The announcers have said it 40 times, that out of 150 times, nobody has ever done this before.
In history.
And then Benny's like, hey, man, let's go to the game. Oh, well, you know, they got something planned for me. Hold on, wait a minute. But again, right, so but the point that I'm getting to is the having the abundance mentality, right? Because a lot of times you don't really think of things in abundance. When you're used to coming from the struggle, you think of things in the struggle. So it's a lot of times me and you talk, you be like, man, I don't know, you know, this is expensive. Bro, it's not expensive. Like, you make a lot of money in a year, but you still think like, you know, you still struggling, like you still back down in the ditch with the shovel. You know what I'm saying?
Being frugal.
And you're not. You know, of course it's a time to be frugal. You know what I'm saying? But like, when even it's like a drop in the bucket, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I think too, because also, you know, always had to hustle for everything from struggling, right? So I had that hustler's mentality. So before I spend some money, it's like, okay, if I'm going to spend this money, can I potentially make this money back? Like, say I purchased a house, right?
Yeah.
We all know that stacks as equity. You can become an asset instead of a liability. So if I put money into this, can I get back? Same thing like with a small item to purchase. It's like, okay, hey, you know, polyester shirt. Well, just because it's got a Ralph Lauren on it, it might be $100. Well, this one over here is $20. Same material, Well, let me try it on. Let me see how I look in this thing first, because I don't really necessarily might need to spend $100. Right?
You're right.
So that's kind of the way I think about money. So
right.
yeah, even though I'm making the money, you know, I remember who I was. So I'm not going to give above myself just because I'm making it now. Let me go ahead and spend it. I'd rather have, as we talked about, the comfortability of having that money to do things that I want to do when the time presents itself.
Like today.
Because like today. When we did say, when it was all said and done, you say, hey, yeah, we going, tickets ready, all that good stuff. I said, what about the flights? You say, you might want to start looking it up. I said, you book, tell me whatever the price, because I don't give a shit.
Right.
See, I created that comfortability.
But that's not the part what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the initial thought.
Yeah.
The initial thought. Once I was like, hold on, this is game 7.
Well, strategic.
I didn't even have to go too far into
strategic.
it. I didn't even have to go too far into it. You were like, psh, here I go thinking, you know, you got the ditch mentality. Like, hold on, we got the ditch mentality, you know what I'm saying? So on a side note, this is off subject, right? But what you just said about just because this shirt has a polo logo as opposed to this one over here having maybe nothing. So one of the things I used to always tell guys before I got out of prison, right, is you don't know what your situation is going to be when you get out, but when you're in shape, when you look good, the better your body looks, the better you look, the less the clothes that you put on your body matters. The less the price of. We'll say that.
The man make the clothes don't make the man.
Right.
Same thing with women too now, because we all know there's some women out here, Fashion Nova, Sheen, but you make it look like it's $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when you put it on, because you have the attraction, you have the hair done, the nails, the body, so you look past a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially even with designer nowadays, you don't really see logos on a lot of designer stuff.
But it's a little less mercy for guys as it is for women.
Oh, yeah.
Women can wear anything.
Yeah, because,
you know, guys, they kind of judge you for it. But like I said, when you're in shape, you know, you got your shoulders popping, you got a little chest coming, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shines through the clothes. So now it's just about having your clothes fitted right.
Yeah.
And I remember before we go to Vegas, Trejo was like, oh, yeah, you know, I got a few things, but I'm going to take it to the tailor. I was like, God damn.
To the tailor.
I was like, why didn't I think of that? I got this ball-ass shirt, but they only had it in a certain size, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get it a little bit too big. When I bought it, I was thinking, oh, yeah, I can just get it taken to the tailor. I ain't worn it in 2 years, you know what I'm saying? As soon as he said, I'm like, you know what, you're absolutely right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take this to the tailor, like, as soon as we're done talking.
Yeah, I just came up on that recently.
Yeah.
Because I like suits.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, you gotta get a suit tailored.
Gotta get a suit tailored, especially being 6'7", you know what I mean?
So what were we on before this?
We're talking about the game.
Oh, the abundance mind state.
The abundance, yep.
Abundance mind state. Yeah, it's like, you know, especially when you think money, more money comes to you, you know, and in a nutshell, like, elevate that mentality.
Yeah, so what it says, something recent about, like, it's easier to make 10,000 than it is to save 10,000.
Yeah.
And I never really thought money as of money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, money is just a factor that can get me somewhere or open more doors for me to do more stuff, right?
Right.
But I don't cherish the value of money. That's not where my values lie. You see what I'm saying?
I don't cherish money.
So like we talked the other day.
You can tell how you can tell how I carry myself. I don't care nothing about money.
But what we talked about the other day? We were talking about investment.
Right.
And we sat down, we were talking business. I said, man, as long as I know I got somebody who's dead serious, because I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I know the efforts that I'll put forth. If I got somebody dead serious, I don't care about the dollars.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's going to bring. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it might not necessarily bring me more money, but it might gain me more time.
Yeah.
More time for me to go do more stuff with my life. You know what I'm saying?
To me, right now, that's what's more important.
That is definitely more important.
Time is more important.
Time is of the essence. That's all you have in life.
Right now, I'm not working 80 hours a week.
No.
You know.
To keep up with stuff, like you talked about, material. You make them buy some more. Nah, I don't necessarily need to spend more as I make more.
Because, you know, I can come out with that Fruit of the Loom tank top and I'm going to turn heads.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you just rip it all the way off. You're going to turn the same head.
So just the other day, we were at this birthday party. You know, you got this NFL player, a lot of, you know, rich guys in the building, you know. So I'm in here. I got a regular black fitted T-shirt and some cargo pants.
Cargo pants.
And was turning heads. You got all these dudes in these $20,000 outfits. And you know, man, who is that? who is this? So, you know.
Yeah, all them
It's
dudes
not-
ain't,
it's
they ain't
not-
6'5", 260.
But a lot of these are professional
But they professional
athletes.
athletes. But they still don't
yeah.
look 6'5", 260.
Yeah, they might not look the
You know what I'm
part,
saying?
you know.
So what's more standout?
They might be punters and kickers and long snappers and shit, you know what I'm saying?
We'll run down here and get you a little bit of Gatorade when you're tired, huh?
Yeah. So another thing that we wanted to discuss was, because mental health
Definitely.
is a very popular subject now
Definitely. Especially in our society with social media.
with social media. And I know as long as, especially like in prison and post-prison with people who I've done time with, it seems like I've always been like their therapist. Right? You know, I'm a good listener. I have some ideas to help turn some things around. But, you know, a lot of people as men, you know, they feel like it's too macho to, well, it's not macho to really express their feelings. You know, what's on their mind to people, they feel like it's weakness, you know. And I do feel you have to be very cautious who you express
All the time.
these thoughts and these feelings with.
Definitely.
You know, you got to know who your circle is, because some people use that information as a weapon against you.
Definitely.
You know,
To belittle you.
yeah. And but so like, you know, I did, well, when I got locked up, when I was in the county jail, my first plea bargain was 1 life sentence, right? I don't know, I don't think I've ever discussed with you guys. I had a bunch of robbery cases, right? So they were like, you know, we'll just throw all these charges together for 1 life sentence. So I remember asking my lawyer, well, what's the difference between 1 life sentence and 20?
Yeah.
It was like, ain't no difference, because, you know, in Florida, there's no parole, this, that, and the other, right? So, but in my mind, I never really thought that I was going to end up doing all the time anyway. But, like, crazy thoughts, I feel like crazy thoughts are natural, right? It's just like you can't let that seed take root in your brain. Because, like, you know, I'm in the county and guys got other charges. You know, man, these guys are hanging themselves. They're cutting their wrists. I remember walking in a dude's room. He had just cut his wrist. Well, not just cut it. He cut his wrist a while before that. And, like, the whole room was flooded with blood. Like, the blood is all the way from his bunk all the way to the door. And it's thick. So it's sitting like this high off the thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, I think he was like locked up for, I think he killed his girlfriend or something like that. But like, to me, it's never, I can't just give up. Like, there's always some type of hope. So even though I could be laying on my bunk, you know, just fresh out of court, and the judge talk about, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. You know, we're gonna have you for a long time, Mr. Render. You know, it's like, the thought like, damn, I could just kill myself and get it over with. Okay, that thought might come in, but then it's right back out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't let those, well, on YouTube, you're not supposed to say the S word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a self-deletion.
Okay.
You know, you don't want those thoughts of self-deletion to take root. So how do you feel about,
Well,
you know,
that's something, for me, you know the crazy thing about this, when you talk about us being, you know, locked up, is that I actually did better with my mental health locked up than I've ever done outside, either before or after. And after, man.
So why do you think that is?
Well, I think that, you know, as you say, when you go into that first year, 2 years, your mindset gets trapped on the fact that I ain't leaving. And what we do is we adjust, and what do we say? We cut off the outside world. It's literally 2 different worlds you're living in.
Yeah. 2
separate entities, all in themselves. The way you carry yourself, the mindset you have to be in, it's way, I would say more respectful at that too, right?
Usually, hopefully.
Usually, it should be, because there's better consequences behind it than out here.
Because the disrespect is the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Because there's consequences that are a lot more
so people think about
harsh inside than it would be out here. Because, you know, you pick up the phone and, let me call security, or let me call the cops or something like that. There ain't no cops. You close the door, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
you close the door while you're sleeping, then what?
Yeah.
So I think that with me personally, I struggle with it, and I still kind of, every now and then, like you said, now it's more of like a come in one side, go out the other, really quick, like what am I thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I find something, I might call you or, look at a picture of my daughter or something like that. I'm like, man, what am I tripping about? You know what I mean? But I think you hit it with letting it manifest, right? Yeah. So when I was in high school, I growing up, I didn't really have a family. It's drugs, alcohol. I'm an athlete, but I don't have anybody to take me to fucking practice, to play. I have nobody in the stands when I'm doing good, dunking on motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There ain't nobody there. Nobody buy me no basketball shoes or anything like that. So, that as a kid growing up, especially in high school, middle school and high school, where it's social. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we said about now in today's society. I think it's a lot worse because the social media. Yeah, now you can't just hide in your house anymore because you look on social media and you'll get depressed on what others are betraying. And majority of the time, what others are betraying, it's a lie. It's a lie. You know what I mean? Setting up the angles just right. So what they had that one
Photoshopping, photo cropping.
Well, they show social media versus reality, right? Yeah. And a lot of people, they live in social media, they don't live in reality.
And they're comparing themselves to something that's not real.
It's always a comparison. It's always a comparison. So with me, I think that's what was really screwing me up is because, I'm a kid and I'm around all of this. I don't have any of this. And I'm like, man, why me? Why me? Why me? Mm-hmm. But then, I go to prison and then the mentality had it, because it's, lock my body but can't trap my mind, right? Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's when I became more strong-minded because that's like, all right, I don't have family, I don't have friends, I'm in here doing my time. This is all me. I have nobody but myself to look to. When I look in that mirror, when I'm doing something I'm upset or when I'm happy, there ain't nobody in here but me. So it's all these deep conversations late night, it's in my brain with myself.
Yeah.
So I think you become a little bit more strong-minded. So what JR is talking about, when he talks about the manifestation of when those thoughts come in, I ran across that on the outside, right? My life has been blessed beyond belief. Like, look where we're at. Game 7.
Game 7, Beantown.
Beantown. Just up, let's go. Catch a flight. Literally, we booked this flight at 5:30 yesterday?
Yep.
Left the house 4 o'clock this morning. Here we are, right?
Here we are.
Blessed, right? Beyond belief, right? So, yeah, I make more money now. I have the comfortability of the house, the job, the owning the business, and man, just a whole lot of stuff. Fire ass friends, fire people, a great solid network with just a variety of people. I'm very diverse, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I get caught up in that opportunity realm, right? Coming up, working my butt off, as we talked about, studying, working out, 7 days a week. I'm having a family and things like that. And then one day, here I go and I collect a nice check, right? Got a good amount of money in the bank. And I'm leaving, this job that I just done. And I'm like, man, let me drive in the woods and kill myself. Like, what?
Hey, it is wild where these thoughts come from.
I'm like, this is the highlight moment of my life. Like, I've never been in a position like this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving opportunities to my friends to make money and get them out of the situation. I'm like,
yeah.
Why is this? And then on the drive home, it's just, like you said, it's like, there's no radio, there's nobody. It's like, why does it just keep running? Why am I all the way home? I'm like, hey, there's a bridge.
Yep.
Why am I being pulled in this direction?
In the oncoming traffic. To me, it's funny. Like, I actually laugh sometimes.
It is.
It's like the devil whispering.
Right?
Hey, man, just go ahead and, swerve in the traffic. Not today. Not today. Well, shit too good right now, bro.
Yeah, right?
You got to make him swerve into me.
It's too good.
You got to make him swerve into me because I ain't going to do it.
But,
I hear you, though. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah,
I think that he said it the best, like we talked about. It's a seed that gets planted, and if you let that thing get water and sunshine, it's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
So, like, here we are today. I wouldn't be here for today if it wasn't for him. Shout out to Benny, you know what I mean? And I think you have to realize, like, this is happening, and what can I do about it?
Yep.
Because exercising, dieting, surrounding yourself with a group of friends that support you. Man, I had my birthday party the other day, man. Everybody come over, good food. We got the water slides, the pool, music playing. It's a great time.
Good vibes.
Nobody's thinking about work. Nobody's thinking about their problems. You see what I'm saying? And it makes you humble enough to like, damn, let me take a moment and look at my life. Let me reflect for a second. When I'm standing there, that's what I was telling my buddies, man. My values are a lot different than a lot of people's. Because, you know, we talked about social media where people put their values in clothes and materials and money.
The wrong thing.
You know, I'm over here looking at kids ripping and running up and down this big ass slide. I'm looking at the fact my partners are coming, man, happy birthday, and hugged up, showing me love.
Genuine love.
Genuine love, bringing me gifts and stuff. Like, this ain't never happened before. Now, what am I tripping about?
Yep.
Right? How dare I think something like this? And then the main kicker is if you do have friends, family, especially kids, how dare you think like that?
Yeah.
That's one of the main, I kick
selfish.
myself in the ass, man. Like how would I think of taking away from my kids something that I never had? Man, I go walk through the door right now, you see my motherfucking kids jumping for joy like they on a trampoline. And they ain't never been on one in their life. Daddy! What am I doing? It don't matter what society's out here doing to me. Do you see that? That's humbleness, you know what I mean? So sometimes I think you need to sit back, reflect, take a look at what you had. What do they always say is like, remember what you got now, what you said you wanted then? Mm-hmm. But we get so caught up because we're machines. We're built to upgrade. Mm-hmm. So we're always trying to take it to the next level, take it to the next level, take it to the next level. We're always trying to change.
And that affects your happiness.
And that does affect, yeah.
Because when you take the time to be grateful for what you have right now, that affects your happiness. You're more happy. Mm-hmm. If you work hard, work your butt off to get, whatever, some Jordans, now you finally got these Jordans. Now you ain't happy now. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is that you want. Like, just take the time to appreciate where you're at now, what you have now.
And speaking of that, I think that's a character builder, right? And I was speaking to somebody the other day about that, how I got to where I was at. Because, man, I was no good. 17, 18, well, shit. I would steal, rob, I would do it. Man, I was just a piece of shit in my brain, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm hurting the people that love me. And I'll tell you, there's a moment, just to get off topic for a second, but there was a lady that's my godmother, right? And she's Jamaican. And you know what I'm talking, Joaquin's mom. Yeah. You see me going over to getting food all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember I got out of prison and I told her, right when she came up and gave me a hug, the first day I got out, it's been years now since I've seen her. And she gave me a hug, and immediately I pulled her back and I said, listen, I got something to tell you. Back in the days, I was stealing money from you, you know what I mean? Because I had that shit on my heart for years, bro. Yeah. And this person is a genuinely great all-around person in general, just so sweet to the core, will bend over backwards for you, right? Just, you know how you meet those people? You just, man, like, you want to just protect them at all times, right? This is that lady, right? And she looked at me and she said, it's okay, Corey. She gave me a hug, pulled me back, reached in her wallet, and gave me $200. Dog, that was a knife in my chest. Yep. That's the worst I've ever felt. That's the worst moment probably in my life, because it was just so much remorse, so much regret, and then on top of that, to feel that type of love all at one time. It's like, how dare I ever do that to somebody? You see what I'm saying? Yep. So from not just that point on, I changed a lot in prison, you know what I mean? But I wanted to work on my character as a person. And, I was always taught all a man in this world has is his word. So you always keep your word. I was taught in prison because, I was kind of raised in prison. As an adolescent going in 18, 19, and all this time around there, all these lifers, because I was at the lifer camp now. Mm-hmm. When I got to Avon Park, that's 5 years. That was more of a camp where a lot of people had a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So, I'm raising by these guys, and these guys, if you know some life guys, them guys are really cool, man. They're so laid back because they just come to accept the punishment and what's going to take place for the next lifetime of them. Yep. So, learning respect was a huge, huge part of my life in prison at that, where you got to carry that stuff kind of highly, right? Because, like we talked about that invisible space, a 2-foot space. We stand in line, man, look, we ain't trying to, don't be all up on me now. You know what I mean?
Back up a little bit.
I need to back up a little bit. But you when you check me in a respectful manner. Yeah. You don't say, hey, motherfucker, You just, hey man.
Me personally, some people will.
But, you're right.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? People are doing a lot of time, because really, when you're doing time, you don't want no problems, right? You're just trying to do. You really, when you get into it.
I know. See. So I've been to the camps where
you've been to some crazy. I've been to some crazy ones.
Well,
I've been to some crazy guys, right? Yeah.
See, like
Avon, Dirty Harry,
Avon Park, and something.
Yeah, that was laid back.
Those are laid back camps. They're not.
Yeah, that was laid back.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
yeah.
Getting back on topic is like learning character building traits, right? And what I was trying to explain to the person that I was talking to, it's like, look, you see a person that's on the side of the road and they're selling roses or selling water, you know what I mean? They're not asking you for money. If you got it, give it to them. Little stuff like that, you know what's going to happen? It's going to build your character as a person. You see what I'm saying? What you say, you had a buddy that had broke down in Colombia while you were there?
Oh, yeah.
For the tires?
Yep.
You knew he probably didn't have that money. When you came out like $1,000 just out of pocket?
Yeah.
You didn't think twice.
Get him some new tires.
And guess what? Where we at? Floor seats, where we at?
Well,
it's character builders.
I wasn't going to rub it in. You know
but I'm just saying, I'm rubbing it in. We're going to smear that thing in.
We're at the game.
We at the game, but we floor seats, though. We can't just be at the game. We floor seats at the game.
It's good karma.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those character builders, that's what I was leading to. Those character builders, over time, actually, it's like what you're putting out there, you're getting back. Look at both of us, bro. When we got out, same scenario, right? Same pretty much scenario. Ain't got really nobody.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? The small help. You know, people. Here's some food. Here's a little bit of money. You know, you need a ride. But kind of same scenario. But we literally took two different paths, right? I went into construction, beating my body to death. You went to personal training. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And doing security work. But look what happens. People are drawn to you. People are drawn to me because of what I'm putting out. And then look what happened. Opportunities. Strong network, strong friendships, strong relationships.
The character of the average person is so lacking right now that when people see, like, people of genuine character, you know, of good personalities, like, they're drawn to
it's
that.
magnetic,
They're
right?
drawn to that.
And I think that's what the attraction to you is too, because you're a very neutral person, especially under intense situations. Mm-hmm. See, I'm the type of guy, like, I'm more like laid back, right? I'm laid back to a point where, like, I don't want no problems, but I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so I know how I'll get. So I try, like, y'all bring up stuff, like people bring up stuff about the football teams or race, so I'm like, hey, I just kind of stay out that topic, because my opinion might trigger you, and then now all of a sudden you don't like me no more. And I'm like, for what? You know what I'm saying? For what?
Yeah.
It don't change the fact that I've been this person this whole time. You know how that game goes. Do 10 things right. They only focus on the one thing you do wrong.
The one thing you did wrong.
You see what I'm saying?
Or the one thing you didn't do for them.
Or the one thing you didn't do for them. So I'm the type of person that's kind of like, especially when I'm in a new place, it's kind of like to be laid back. And I think that's what makes me the cool guy, in a sense, like, damn, that's a cool motherfucker. Because I actually go outside my way for you, right? But with me too, though, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I think we can all agree, anybody who knows me, if I don't like you, I'm going to tell your ass, hey, man, I don't like you. I'm going to say it just like that. Hey, man, you coming over here, man, I don't like you. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But if you, let's just say, like, somebody, a complete stranger, and I seen you doing some fire shit, I'm like, dawg, hey, I don't know you, but man, bro, that was some fire ass shit you did over there, man. I just want to say I appreciate that. Congratulations.
People need that too.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, women do that for each other a lot, but guys need to do that for each other a lot more. Guys need to do that more.
Oh, yeah,
for
definitely,
each other.
for sure. Because, you know, we walk that lonely road, right?
Yeah.
That's what we talked about, how they're opening up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, two quick things. First of all, we're logically built. I always say to a guy when I'm talking to another guy, right? I say, hey, when shit goes wrong, what's the first thing you do? Get quiet. Because why? You're faced with a problem. The first thing you do is say, I don't like this problem. What's the solution?
You got to figure it out.
For most women now, let's say most, in my history of dealing with women, right? Mm-hmm. They're more emotionally built, right? So when they're faced with problems, they react emotionally towards the problems.
Often
they might be more vocal, more outlandish about the problem. You know what I mean? like, oh my gosh, the end of the world, what am I gonna do? This and that. So with guys, that's what makes us like that lonely road, because normally we face our own problems. And we want to deal with it all ourselves.
Yeah.
But
man,
in a society we live in, it doesn't have to be like that. Our group is fire as fuck. You know what I'm saying? The little group we got is fire as fuck. Because we can get in there and we make jokes about it. You know what I mean? Like, you over here slacking. What do you say, old fathead Bill? Was you over there eating Twinkies? I thought you said you was going to work out the other day, right?
Yeah.
But it's a funny way of saying, like, hey, bro, you know, I'm just on top of you. I'm going to hold you accountable. And then what you say, man, you know what? I need to get back in the gym, man. You know, you right.
So one of the biggest things that I learned in prison was allowing other people to help you.
Yeah.
Because before, my ego and my pride was so big. Oh, I'm a man. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody to help me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a mentality that you can have, but bro, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It can hurt you.
It's gonna hurt a lot, because remember we talked about,
you know, especially when you're willing to put yourself in hazardous situations when you really don't have to.
We just talked about this 2 nights ago, because it hurts the opportunities.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was the type of person, I see the opportunity, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You say you gave somebody an opportunity twice, not just once, but twice, and then they over, oh well, you know, me. What you need? When you need me to be there? What needs to be done?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to better myself.
People don't know. I be having that gold nugget waiting for them. I ain't gonna show them. I just got the fist out like this.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, hey, you know, just show up over, and then maybe no text, no call. I'm gonna just put this nugget where you don't even know what you just missed.
Because you know what it's like to be on the downside.
Yeah.
And know, like, you know, all I need is an opportunity. There's people out here that's so hungry, right? So hungry. It's like you can't never lose your hunger.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing about sports or making money. You know what I mean? Like, you get this business, me, electrical. I get this business going, and I'm good, and I'm servicing my area, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm cool. There's a hungry guy out there that's gonna figure out a better way to do what I'm doing. And next thing you know, he's gonna put me out of business. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got to stay hungry. But those opportunities is what we talk about. What are you thinking?
Let me see what else we got on here. I'm saying you can keep rolling. You ain't got to just
see what else. We can edit that out.
Oh, shit, yeah.
When I put this in there.
Huh?
Go ahead. But those opportunities.
Oh, you wanted to?
No, let me finish off.
Okay.
But those opportunities, what we were talking about, what you just hit on, somebody told me that when I was like, I say 17, because I wouldn't take from nobody. Man, I could be starving, bro. I could be starving. You could offer me a French fry. Like, no, I'm good. And you know that I'm starving.
Yeah.
And somebody pulled me to the side one day, because it was like, especially with Christmas gifts, because I don't have anything to give back. That's one thing I don't like about Christmas and things like that, because it makes you feel like you meant to give somebody something, and even though you might not be able to give it to them, now you feel bad because you can't.
Yeah.
You can't afford a gift. They give you $1,000 watch, and it's like, I bought you a $20 gift card to Applebee's.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
And now they're ungrateful.
Right? So what was brought to me when I got pulled to the side was like, hey, look, you can't always turn down what people are trying to gift to you, because for them, that's them wanting to give you the gift.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's them wanting to feel good to give you something.
Yeah.
That's their character builder.
Yep.
And sometimes you can disrespect people by not receiving the gift.
You know, I ain't gonna lie, right? Like, it feels good to me to give to other people with no expectation of getting anything back.
And now more than ever, I understand that. That same thing you said. Now I understand, because I'm able to gift somebody.
You know, we at the grocery store, might be, you know, you see whatever type of situation they might be struggling. Yeah, I got that. Just put it with mine, separate it, boom, boom, boom. I got it.
Come on, I got that. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to do that.
But
with no expectation of getting anything back.
That was one of the better moments in my life that I was taught, and ever since I applied that, even if I didn't want it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it might be something you're trying to give me I really don't want, but I'm gonna take it because now I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be able to do something for you to make me feel good. By you not receiving it, now I'm like, when I walk away, I'm disappointed. Like, damn, is it maybe because you had something towards me, or so you could actually be disrespectful by not receiving the gift. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that all ties
Absolutely.
That all ties into opportunities. You see what I'm saying? You just said you held the bag out and they didn't take it.
They ain't take it.
Okay, now I feel disrespected because I worked my ass off. I went through so much crap, and I'm giving you an opportunity.
Giving you
something that wasn't given to me.
Something that they asked for.
And even worse, you asked for it.
You asked for this.
I didn't have it.
Oh, well, I can't make it because my friends ain't. Oh, yeah? All right.
I'm giving you the easy way when I took the hard way to protect you from the hard way. And you don't want it? Okay, now you're going to have to crash then.
So back to one of the things you said earlier too, right? Like when you might be driving, you see some guy on the side of the road selling roses or selling water, you see the kids, whatever, selling chocolate for the school or trying to get jerseys or like, I always give them the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never take it. I never keep the water.
To help feed the ambition in these people, to help reinforce that hustle.
And also reinforce that people will support you.
Yeah.
One of the sayings I heard from a rapper, I loved it. Ever since I heard that quote that he used, I say it to everybody else. You'd be surprised who's willing to get out their car to help you push your car when they see you pushing your car.
Yourself.
You're broken down on the side of the road.
Bro.
You're trying your ass off, and you'll be surprised how many people pull over there. Hey, you need some help?
So you know what a prime example of that is, right? I've never liked bullies.
No, I never either. No,
never liked bullies.
I hate that.
And like even as maybe we'll say a teenager, out there playing basketball, we're playing with the grown man be trying to muscle and bully and some of my friends are smaller, they're younger, and I'm very protective of them, but I have to see that they're willing to stand up for themselves first. All you got to do, you just stand up for yourself. Let me see where your heart is at, what you got. I got it from here.
We got to stop right there. Listen, it's probably 2, maybe 3 times. When I first came to prison, right? So I came out, from the streets, you know what I'm saying? So, it took some time, but once I got used to fighting, especially when they got to JIT camp, it was like, all right, what do you want to do? What's the worst going to happen, you know what I mean? And I will never forget this, right? There's this white dude, little white, it doesn't really matter about race, you know what I'm saying? Don't let me put that out there, because there's some guys in there that knock you loose, don't matter your skin color. Don't matter, and matter of fact, no matter what size you are. I've seen the small tackle the big like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
But what I'm pointing out is, like, it's this guy, like, if you look at him, this looks like some average guy who doesn't have any type of violence in his mindset, right? And so me and him, we kind of got cool. I was a guy who ain't have stuff when I first got there. And he would give me, like, some letters, some stamps, some paper to write home. Yeah. He'll give me like some coffee in the morning. He might have some food that he just got. Break me off of like, you hungry? And here's the soup. So for me, when the gang, the gangs that are in there, the gang comes over and basically just took his shit. I was at yard playing basketball. So when I came in, I see him sitting on his bunk, a little depressed. And I'm like, what's going on, man? It's count time though. Oh man, this guy's, I'm looking over and I can see him with all this shit. So, I got some buddies too. But I'm over here like, nah, man, we ain't finna have all that. Man, let me get that shit back. And I'm telling my bunk, it's count time. Officers walk through so we can get to talk a little bit more. And I'm telling the guy, I'm talking cash shit. I'm like, hey man, we finna get that back, bro. All that shit y'all got over there got to come back on this side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm telling buddy, I said, look, when count clears, I'm telling him, right? I said, look, man, put your, lace them boots, right? Yeah. I said, dog, put your boots on. When count clears, we going over there. He don't know, and they don't know, all my other dogs, they already laced up. Because they already see me getting fired up, right? So they over there talking, oh, crack of this and crack of that, this and that. All right, we ready to fight.
Yeah.
So count take a long time, long time. all the officers come in. When they cleared the count, the officers actually they were in the room. And then this time, hey, chow, release for chow, right? So we release for chow. We going to chow. I'm mean mugging. You know, they all mean mugging, talking that shit. We get outside. We got to be quiet in the line and all this. We get done with chow. We go to get back. I'm one of the first ones back. I go clear the bunks out in the back corner. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm walking by, I see the guy that got all his stuff taken. It was like my little buddy, right? Sitting on his bunk. He's got his shoes off.
Oh, no.
So I go up to him and ask, hey, man, put your shoes back on, man. Lace some boots back up.
Yeah.
You know what he told me? Bro, he looked me right in my eyes and said, you need to mind your fucking business.
You're absolutely right.
Dog, you see how my mouth? Bro, I'm about to go to war for your motherfucking ass.
For you.
I got partners that don't even motherfucking know you. We about to go back here and stumble and fumble, take risks of this real jail time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go back here in these boxes where it's hot as fuck. And you just told me to mind my business.
You're absolutely
Great
right.
life lesson, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I need you to push your car before you're going to get me to help you push your car.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hold out the bag, but you don't want to do nothing about it? Then I'm going to keep moving. And there's actually 2 or 3 times that happened. It's similar scenarios just like that.
Yeah.
People helping me, so I feel like this is my way to get back because I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But y'all soft, and
Hey,
now I'm putting myself on the fire.
I'm going to tell you something that used to get under my skin too, right? Because people used to always come to me to at least make sure they get a one-on-one, right? So I might get in between somebody, especially if it's like this is a person who doesn't want any problems. They not a fighter. So I'll be like, okay, look, chill out, this, that, and the other. He don't want no problems. Soon as I get between them, that's what I thought. Oh, pussy ass fuck boy, this, blah, blah, blah. Like, to me,
Like they're throwing you out there.
like that's like a stab in the heart. Like, bro, listen. You really, like, you pussy. You really don't need to be talking like this. You know what I'm saying? If you are not going to back this shit up, please don't talk like this, because you're hurting me now. You know what I'm saying? Inside, you're hurting my core, because I know somebody talking like me like that. We got to move some furniture. We got to do some things, right? And, damn, it was another story. Okay, so this is on another subject, a thing I want to discuss, right?
Okay.
It's problems with authority.
Oh, yeah.
So, as my whole life, I've always had problems
I still got
with
it
people who,
to this day.
we ain't gonna say who think they in authority, but that's absolutely in prison. They get this little peon from buttfuck Florida, who he feels like, oh yeah, I got this badge, I can just step on JR neck. No, you cannot.
We in the kitchen one time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cool with the officer, but you know what? You got these big commercial pots. I grab this big ass ladle out of this pot. I'm fucking with him. Say, hey dog, what stopped me from knocking your head loose with this motherfucking big ass ladle right here?
Real.
What force field stops me?
Nothing. Like that. Like
so why
that,
you carry yourself like that?
Like that uniform is just like some type of force field or something.
And the crazy thing is, the more I've been out, especially in construction, that's why I love when I get on jobs and I'm the inspector, because I am, in a sense, the authority. But I don't, because like I said, it's the bullying and stuff. I don't carry myself like that. I'm here to help, bro. Once we get past all this machoism, I'm just here to, hey, look, man, do my job. Y'all can send me some photos, video later. I'll swing back by. But you get a lot of these guys, hey, what are you doing on my job site? Blah, blah, talking down to people. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what's going through your head, man? These people out here making $10 an hour, digging ditches in this hot sun. You best be glad when you said what you just said to one of them, they ain't put your ass in that ditch and bury your ass.
Right in that ditch. So, but this is what I want to get on with this, right? So, always had problems with authority. It's not so bad now as it used to be. But prisoners, so when I was in high school, one of the things my guidance counselor was like, man, you need to go to the military or something. And in my mind, I was like, I'd end up in a military prison, because I ain't gonna have no drill sergeant standing over me talking to me crazy and go to prison, and that's how they talking anyway, right? But it's this one particular instance. I'm at something. I don't even remember what the run-in with the officer was, right? But like, it's all in how you carry yourself. Okay, I understand you're an officer. I'm an inmate. I'm a prisoner. but it's how you conduct yourself.
It's level of respect.
Because there's nothing you can do to stop me from doing whatever I want to do to you at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so I end up in Captain Moffitt's office, right? Captain Moffitt's huge. He's probably like 6'7", 6'8", and he's big, but he's like fat. He's sloppy, and he's usually with the fuck shit. He got a real slick mouth. So when I go in, I see his Moffitt. I got an attitude already because I already know I'm going to confinement. So it's just whatever at this point, right? And he was like, "Have a seat." He tells the officer to leave, so it's just me and him and he was like, "Man, what is your problem?" So my attitude is on 10 right now. So I'm really not even like I'm just kind of giving it to him. He was like, "Listen," he said, "like, how much time you got?" I said, "I got 20 years." He was like, "You're gonna have to do something about these anger issues that you have." He said, "Because when you go home, you're gonna end up taking these anger issues out on innocent people.
And be right back.
And,
or worse.
My first reply is, I ain't gonna take. I know who the fuck I'm mad at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have no problems with which is true. I'm pretty good at, if I got that heat going, that anger flame, like Dawson, that yoga flame going. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you gonna direct it.
I know who to direct it. I try not to just spread it in every direction,
and that's a hard thing to do too.
But I still, after I calmed down, respected the lesson that he was trying to say in that moment. And he let me go too. I was cutting up in that bitch too, man. He was like, "Man, you know what? Just go ahead." He took the cuffs off himself, let me go. But problems with authority.
So.
But hold on. Let me keep
sorry.
going. Well, matter of fact, go ahead. I got what I want to say.
Yeah. So I was just gonna touch it. It could just be more than just like we talking about, like a boss or a correctional officer when you're locked up. Yeah. It could be like me in a relationship with a woman.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? And I think the main key is control of your life, right? Mm-hmm. So we can go on and on about topics and stuff like that, but I think that's one of the main keys and components with the authority, right? Mm-hmm. Like me, I set out because the reason I own a business and the reason I'm going towards being a business owner is because I don't like somebody being able to say, "Go do this."
Yep.
We talk about it with my son Miles, right? You can't tell him to go do something. He's gonna look at you and just gonna jump on the couch and just go making a fucking mess.
Yeah.
But if you make him feel like he's doing it on his own, you give him encouragement, he'll go do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's all authoritative or relative. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's not just a person that's in a powerful position, you know what I mean? Your supervisor, the boss. It's like, that's what I say I love being an inspector. Mm-hmm. It's because I am in a position of authority, but I'm going to treat you like a fucking person.
And you're showing, as an example, other people how to conduct yourself when you're in a position of authority. You don't have to step on people's necks just because you can. And
just because I can. Just because I say, "Listen,
treat them with
this
respect.
Is how it is. You failed," and I walk off. I'm being Moffitt.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down. They get all high and mighty at the beginning because you're failing them or whatever. But then you sit them down, discuss why, and I respect the fact that, man, you're out here busting your ass.
Yeah.
I'm just here to do my job.
Give the opportunity to correct it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Treat a person like a person. Doesn't matter your position in life. Doesn't matter if I got a lot of money, you got a little bit of money. Doesn't make you different from the person. What do you say? Treat the janitor like you treat the boss.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that janitor might be the one to get you back during one of these games. You never know, right?
You never know.
You see what I'm saying? But because that problem with authority, right?
So one of my biggest problems. So I'm originally from Boston. Mm-hmm. I grew up in Tampa. And I know it's a very Southern thing being like, "Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am,
yeah,
yes, sir."
It is.
Right? Like they take that as a sign of respect.
Yep.
But
definitely.
In prison, they make it mandatory.
Mandatory.
Right? So one of my best friends growing up, that's how he talked to his mom and his dad. "Yes, ma'am, yes, sir." So when I'm in their house, and his dad say something to me, I'll be like, "Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am." I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it felt more too formal, like we're in the military or something. So go to prison, they try and force it. So that was one of my biggest issues when this scumbag is trying to make me say, "Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am." Right? And I remember one time, I was a JIT. I was under 21 years old because I'm still in the JIT dorm. We're about to go as a unit to the talent show. It's like 5 of us, competing in the talent show. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
We're crunk in here. We already in here. We're in here rapping and making noise. And for some reason, it was a female officer calls me out of all the people out in the hallway about making all this noise in the dorm, right? So, I open up the flap, like, what's going on? Y'all making too much noise in there, blah, blah, blah. Now I go by, I'm like, okay, right? She's like, no, you don't say okay, you say yes, ma'am. I was like, yes, officer. No, I'm giving you a direct verbal order to say yes, ma'am. I say, pussy asshole, suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about that?
That's not, I know who you fucking.
You know what I'm saying? But what's wild is now that I'm out, I say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, so much. Because a lot of people really do take it as a sign of respect.
It's a sign of respect. Well, it's like,
it could be some homeless dude, this, that, and we rapping or whatever. Yes, sir, have a good day.
Well, that's what we talked about. That's another relation to the word respect, right?
Yeah.
It can come in a lot of different forms is what I'm getting at. It's like the way you treat your house, I might not treat my house the same way, but while I'm in your house,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you might have a rag by the sink in your house, so when you're done with the sink, you wipe the water away. Most people, they're just done with the sink. They might rinse it out.
Yeah.
You spit, toothpaste or something like that. They don't wipe the water away. But if I walk in your house
not the rag
and
on the
everything
sink.
is spotless, you know what I mean? When I leave, I'm going to leave it spotless. It's a form of respect. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of in relation to the yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, right?
Yeah.
I was the same way, though. Then what? No, sir? I didn't hear a sir. Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For real.
That's it.
Yeah, I had a major
like
issue
Yep.
with that. I went to the box a few times over there. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Shit. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
And get Andrew a call. All right, yard open. We're going to have a little footage from the game tonight. Game 7.
History in the making.
Celtics take it. 4 straight.
Big Gemini birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa, too. Lisa's my stepmom, by the way. One of the main key reasons why I'm in this position where I'm at right now. I say a lot of people, because really it was getting it from the dirt, but Lisa was a major help and I always know that, she has my back.
That's right.
That's important.
That's important.
And it's her birthday today, too. So happy birthday, Lisa.
To end it like that, a lot of people might not like the things that I do, the things that I say, but when the fire is there, when that flame is burning, I'm going to be that one. Got that fire helmet on.
Suited up.
Coming in.
I'm going in.
I might not be what you want, but I always be there when you need.
Yeah. All right, y'all.